Peggy 18.
Amidst the never-ending attacks and counterattacks, Freddie and Emile hunted the elusive Baron and his regiment in Ypres.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Valiant Hearts here on the Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host, Max. Well, this will be a tough one. We are dealing with chemical weaponry.
On April 22nd, 1915, chlorine gas was used for the first time by the Germans.
So here we will be utilizing Vulture in order to crawl underneath the chemical gas and pull the lever. And I gotta say, this is one extremely smart dog. And once again, I will try to collect all the collectibles in the episode. So, yeah, if I'm gonna miss out on one, I'm gonna get super angry. And in this mission, there are some which are really well hidden. So, fingers crossed, I did my homework. Okay. So, believe it or not, we cannot move past this place. The chlorine gas is making it impossible. Therefore, Emile will need to dig downwards. And here, on our left, basically, next to Emile, is the first collectible. So I'm gonna try to get it. Now, in order for me to do so, I'm gonna need to do a few things. I'm gonna need to pull this lever a couple of times. Get this nicely up here. Use Emile to crawl over the cart, or whatever the heck this is. And then we get the Canadian identificational tag. Okay, so that would be the first one.
What?
Okay, I still, however, need to get Walter
What? Hey,
down here to our position.
what? What?
So we are gonna ask Walter to climb off.
Savior.
Come on, Emile. And now we need to let Walter push us down. You see, on the right here, Walter has the hole through which he can crawl in. But here we have this gigantic device which is pumping out the chlorine gas. Now, before I try to deal with this puzzle, which will take me forever to deal with, I need to do one thing. Climb over this cart, and here, well, all things considered, with today's situation, this is basically a face mask, so yeah. But at least the ones which you wear are not soaked in urine. Although I'm not exactly sure if urine is really necessary. I think just the basic water will do it. I'm not really sure. We did talk about this back in secondary school or high school, or what you want to call it, on our history classes, but I'm not really sure what's the change in the chemical compounds anymore, so yeah, anyhow. So Walter will be helping us from up, but before we do so, we need to fix one of these pipes. So as you can see, this one over here is apparently broken. So what we need to do is basically somehow try to raise it up. Unfortunately, the one box which we have on this card will not do that for us. So what we need to do is combine the work or cooperation of both Emile and Walter. So if Walter will be so kind as to lift up the cargo box, or whatever the heck this is. Now we can ask Walter to push it down onto the cart. And now Emil... Okay, seriously, this game has some strongman competition moments. Like seriously, Freddy or Emil, these two buff dudes tend to push around some super heavy stuff. So now I should be able to fix up the pipe. So you recall the one pipe which was not operating on the surface. Now it's actually functional. But what we need to do is redirect the gas back into the machine in order to raise up its pressure and make it blow up. And that is done by interacting with these levers. I'm not really sure if Walter will not need to change something over here too. And if we would to switch this around now. Okay. Almost. No, the other way. Ha-ha!
Yeah! Come on, guys! Emil!
Ah, that's so convenient, the ladder. Anyhow, not sure how Emil was able to survive this, but let's not question this. So here's the fun thing. Freddy is telling us to press onward. However, the creators of the game are super sneaky when it comes to this. And well, so far we have picked up only 2 collectible items. So what you need to do in this place is to move back up here onto this hill, ask Walter to dig, and you will come across the letter from a Canadian soldier, believe it or not. Usually when people see that they need to press onward into certain direction, they never consider that it's intentional and something might be hiding on the other end. So now that we have this, we can move onward. Okay. It looks like we are actually gonna get bombarded by some chemical shells. So we're gonna have to run away. Freddy will separate from us, so we will run down here with Walter. And be careful here, because this thing over here is your 4th collectible. If you are gonna miss it, you're not gonna be able to come back, because the gas will start to fill in the chambers, and it will try to catch up to you, so it will become impossible for you. Okay, so we are gonna press onward. Walter, come on, buddy. Come on. Good boy. And here we will need to do a couple of things. So above us, behind the barbed wire, we can see another one of the collectibles. However, before we do so, Freddy is outside, kind of under the effects of the chlorine gas. Here at the edge is where you can ask Walter to dig out the Belgian shako, or how in the world am I supposed to pronounce the hat, and of course you can read through this and we will continue. So the only collectible left is the one above Emil. It cannot be seen right now, but it's right over there behind that barbed wire. So what do we need to do here is few things. We're gonna have to put the basket onto the rope. We're gonna put our lovely pooch into the basket. Once Walter gets up,
Help me, Emil!
we are gonna ask him to down the ladder. Man, this is one extremely intelligent dog. Here we can read about the Zeppelin bombardment. Also, I feel like I should show you potentially the first gas attack and also the Dog of War. And now what we need to do is take the bone, use this as the lever, and this will let Freddy in so he will not die from the gas attack.
Don't worry, my friend.
So once Freddy cuts through the barbed wire, we are able to come here, pick up the last collectible, and now we are gonna have to run once again because, well, what can I tell you? There's gonna be lots of gas. And no, not that kind of gas, the other kind of gas. The chlorine gas.
Her name was Anna, a Belgian student living in Paris. She was hard on the trail of her missing father. For once, fate smiled on them. They were all going in the same direction. But while approaching Vimy, a German squadron spotted them.
Okay, so this is one of the fun segments of dodging the attacks of the enemy. Now, usually, of course, there will be some lovely music playing in the background, but as I explained in the previous episode, unfortunately, due to monetization and potentially flagging my channel, I cannot publish the video using the audio of the game. Therefore, I'm gonna have to try to think of something else. Or maybe I'm just gonna leave it as it is, who knows. Anyhow, we have ran into Anna, which is one of the other playable characters of Valiant Hearts. Her story is also super interesting when it comes to the overall storyline of Valiant Hearts. Now, she is actually trying to find her father. And the fun thing is, we were able to see him in the first episode while Emil was captured by the Germans in the front. You remember the part where he was supposed to cook for the Baron? There was this one guy holding like a bunch of papers and such. That would be Anna's father. I'm actually kind of surprised I'm able to talk and dodge at the same time. I really wish I could show this with the music that was fully intended to be used, but what can I tell you?
Ça va aller, allez. Émile, allez!
So, here are a few unfortunate things. Freddy has been hurt. We are gonna play as Emil and Walter here in the German positions. This is super dangerous just due to the fact that there will be patrols, there will be machine gun nests, all sorts of issues and dangers. And also, I'm gonna try to pick up all the collectibles. And there's a lot of them. Okay, so we need to blow up this place. Now, whenever we actually move here, we will see if the machine gun will be mounted. we are gonna throw that grenade. And now we need to wait for the German soldier to actually leave his position so that we can move on here. Okay, now I think there are no collectibles as of now, but I'm quite sure soon there will be, at least. I hope I did not miss out on anything. Now this segment will be a bit tricky due to the German patrol. I'm gonna always have to wait for the German soldiers to pass by me in order for me to move. Now here we can order Vulture to go pick up the first collectible. That's a good boy, and that would be the periscope. Once we get the periscope, we can move on to try to locate the next one. And try to get the first aid for Freddy. Okay, I'm gonna have to wait here. German patrol is moving in. Come on, guys. Move. Once they start to move, we can try to follow them all sneaky. And here, actually, in the background, you see the 3 German soldiers, and there is a wire cutter. I'm gonna actually need that wire cutter. So once again, we're gonna wait for the German position to move past us. We are gonna order here Vulture to move to that position behind us. And now the fun thing is, we are gonna have to ask Vulture to pick up that wire cutter over there. Good boy! Now I'm not really sure what is the number I need to press due to the German position being here. We can order Vulture to run over here. That's a good doggy. And now I need to quickly cut through the barbed wire before the German patrol comes back. Now, since we get underground, here is another collectible. What we need to do is dig in this general direction. And here we will come across the infantryman's flask. Now we are going to have to move onward. Okay, so here once again, I need to be careful. Back there in that house where the Zeppelin is, in the window where you can see the light is a machine gun nest. If I were to come out from behind the cover, Emil would get shot, so I definitely would like to avoid that. And here we are gonna have to use Vulture's cuteness to distract the German soldier. Once he turns to face us with his back, we will smite him with the massive spatula. Now here we have actually a French soldier who somehow survived the battle. Yes, you are the cutest dog. Once you clear out the rubble, what you need to do is go inside. Vulture is so amazing, he will show you another collectible up here. So usually you will need to do something. I think either throw something up there or punch something in order to get your hands on the collectible. punch it a couple of times. So we were, yes. We were able to see through the window back there a stick of 3 dynamites. I'm gonna actually need that dynamite, so what we are gonna do is ask Vulture to go through the hole. I'm gonna pick up this detonator over here, and we are gonna let Vulture follow us and tell him to pick up that dynamite. That's a good dog. And this is like the smartest Rottweiler I have ever seen. Now this section will be a bit tricky. So I'm gonna ask once again Vulture to go through the hole. And here we will need to do a couple of things. We will need to clear out the rabble over there. I'm gonna pick up the dynamite. I'm gonna have to try to sneak past here. So we are still missing 1 charge. So I'm gonna have to run back over here. There was actually 1 more dynamite stick. I'm gonna have to wait for the German soldier to leave his station. He's leaving. We're gonna place the dynamite. We're gonna wait a bit more. Emil and Vulture will clear out the danger zone. And nobody cares in the entire segment of this front that there is a freaking explosion. Now the smoke covers us, so the machine gun nest is no longer a real danger. Now when it comes to the collectibles, I don't think there is one over here, but we will need to use this cart in order to mask Emil's attempt to move past the German machine gun nest. So carefully, you will need to follow this thing, okay? And the trenches, you can of course read through this. So, Vulture will go over there. Emil has only one option. That is to dig. Now unfortunately Vulture was unable to follow us down here for now. That is a problem because we will need to use Vulture in this part to pick up one of the collectibles and also those keys over there. So I'm gonna have to sneak by the German soldier once he turns to face me with his back. Once he turns back, I can move over here. Now, unfortunately, Vulture is unable to move into the basket and, well, I cannot lower him down. And I'm gonna need Vulture's assistance here. So what I need to do is move over here, and if I am correct, there is a collectible right over here. And there is another letter from German soldier? Seriously? Isn't that like the second one? Okay? Not gonna criticize, I'm just gonna shut up, let you read through this, and we can continue. Now, there we see the lever, which I will need to get my hands on. Now, here's the thing. We will need to move this keg over to this part. Now, if you would have not picked up the collectible before you start to move this thing, you would not be able to pick it up afterwards. And if you are wondering why I still think Valiant Hearts is some strongman competition, well, take a look at all these things that Emil keeps doing for Freddy. I mean, there are just way too many things that they keep moving, lifting up, picking up, and God knows what else. Okay, so what do I need to do here? if I remember correctly, is potentially to throw the wine bottle behind the German soldier. That will alert him. I can knock him out. Here is another collectible. Yeah, they are kind of squeezed in to one place. It's kind of sometimes the situation for them. Sometimes it's like one every 15 minutes or so. But yeah, so this would be the tin of sardines. And here is the lever which I need. Starting to think that during the First World War, if I would open a shop for the levers, I would become super freaking rich. Because this is like the thing which is missing everywhere. Okay, so now we get our... Now we can get our lovely doggy down here with us. We can potentially try to distract the soldier. You're gonna move past him. Now Walter will pick up a couple of things. The soldier will not freak out from the dog. So we get the last collectible, which would be the British coins. You can read about the exchange rates and whatnot. And now I still need Walter to get me those keys. Yes, you are a smart doggy. So we should be able to unlock this segment. And here will be a few things which I need to do. This needs to be pushed away. This will be a bit tricky. The wheel over there is something that I need. So I'm gonna need to utilize the lever over there to do so, because the hook above Emil will be able to pick it up. But it's not that easy. So the reason why I had to destroy the rubble is to get to this place. By doing this, you should be able to move the hook to the correct position. These small nudges should show you the placement where you need to get to. Okay, I know that the hook is not as far as I need it to be. Okay, now it's in the right place. So what we need to do here is go back. This is a little tricky puzzle. We're gonna ask Walter to pick this damn thing up. So this should pick up the wheel, which we will need. We're gonna move back with Emil. Now I'm really not sure if it was necessary for Emil to go to the other part, but what can I tell you? Okay, let's do this. We're gonna adjust it like so. Gonna go back to the place. Now we're gonna ask Walter to lower this thing once more. Emil is able to pick up this wheel once again. I feel like this is strongman competition, but don't quote me on this. This is just my general opinion. Once the wheel is in place, we can lift up the doors. And we can sneak past the German soldiers in the underground and get up. And this is the last part. I'm not really sure why the machine gun nest is firing at the dummies. It's kind of a waste of ammunition. But what you need to do is not aim at the Red Cross tent, is actually to aim at the machine gun nest.
These are bad.
von Dorf had escaped again, but Emil had still managed to find medicine for Freddy.
Thank you, my friend.
They were quickly back on the road again. Their journey would take them to Rans, where they would at last pick up the trail of the elusive Baron and his Zeppelin.
Once again, the physics of this game amaze me, but unfortunately, this will be a part of the next episode. In case you did enjoy this one, please consider subscribing to the channel. I have all sorts of fun content there. However, I am working with limited hardware, so usually I have to be rather creative when it comes to what sort of content can I potentially publish. If you liked it, please consider clicking like. This will help the YouTube algorithm push the episode to more people. I know that Valiant Hearts is not the newest content on the planet Earth, but I do what I gotta do in order to stay in this YouTube game. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Hopefully you will be able to stay safe, have fun, and I will see you at the next one. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.